Hi friends, Ronnie Buckingham here, and I'm about to take you on a spirit walk too. Now, for all of you that watched the first and participated in the first spirit walk, thank you very much for the kind feedback. It went down well. I'm going to go through the mechanics of it all again for those that haven't seen it before, or a refresher for those that have seen it before. Now, first of all, what I've got to stress is that you need to listen to my voice and do and feel what I say. So if I say feel the breeze on your face or something under your hands, something under your feet, I really need you to feel that. Now, the conscious mind will always kick in sometimes through meditations, and this is a very light meditation, but with a difference. And the conscious mind will be the one that tells you, oh, the husband's coming home from work, or the kids need feeding, or there's something to do. Now, what you've got to do is put all that aside, and you've got to completely imagine that this day is absolutely free. Now, there's nothing wrong at all with this day. You feel great in yourself. The kids are being well looked after, husband being well looked after. Everything is good. You've got no job to go to, no housework to do. This is totally your day. And I'm going to take you on this beautiful journey. Listen to what I say, follow what I say. Now, the first thing we need to do is find somewhere nice and quiet, and we can sit, lay, close your eyes. Now, the first thing I want you to do is take a few really deep breaths. Maybe just shake your hands a little bit, that sort of thing. Loosen the body up. Be relaxed. This is your day. You've nothing to worry about. Everything is cool. Now, just lay, close your eyes, listen to what I've got to say, and feel it. So, we're starting now, and in your mind, I want you to be in a lovely guest house right by the coast. And as you look out the window of your guest house, the sea, the beach, is directly opposite. You get up of a morning feeling wonderful. That's it, you feel fantastic. You go and have a nice shower, nice bath, dress lightly. It's very warm out there. Just a pair of shorts, loose top, whatever makes you feel comfortable. You don't need shoes and socks. You want to feel that sand between your toes later on. So we slip down to the front door. There's no one about. Everything's quiet. Down the first few steps onto the pavement. And I want you to feel that pavement under your feet. It's nice and warm. It's quite early, but there's no soul about because it's your day. That's all you need to remember. This is your day. Now we look left and right just to make sure, but everything's cool. We cross the road onto the next pavement, and in front of you there's the seawall. I want you to just put your hands on the seawall to look over the seawall at the sea and take in the sights and sounds. Just give that a second or two doing that. Big breaths of fresh air, that lovely, saucy fresh air that you can taste. It goes right to the stomach. Now I want you to turn to your left 20 paces. Feel that pavement, nice and warm, not hurting your feet. It just feels lovely. Nice and calm. There's a little turning to your right there, and that is the entrance to the stairs that go down to the beach. It's got a metal rail to the side of it. I want you to grasp the metal rail just lightly. It's only going to just save your balance. That's all it is. And I want you to walk down these steps. Now, some of these steps have got a little bit of sand on them, but they're quite safe. And you just get that buzz. It's almost like a very fine sandpaper beneath your feet as you go down. About a dozen steps. Down we go. And onto the sand. And we just start walking. Looking about, there's not a soul around. Now, this sand's very golden. It's very soft. And it really gets under your feet. You can feel it go between your toes. But the strange thing is, it doesn't seem to hold you down. You seem to, although you can feel it, you're sort of floating across it, if that makes sense to you. It's a wonderful feeling. And I just want you to walk. Big breaths, smells, take the air in. Seagulls, the sea, you're listening to that. It's quite lovely, but not another soul around. Now, as you walk on, again, keep feeling this sand under your feet, just nice and calm. And you start to remember childhood holidays with loved ones. You go back to remembering building sandcastles, having them kicked over by your brother or your sister, or maybe strangers, I don't know. But rebuilding them, getting them just right. Then you dig a little moat round that sandcastle, a little bucket and spade, and you're running down to the sea to get bucketfuls of water to come back and fill the moat up. Boom, it disappears, so back to the sea again. And it just brings back wonderful memories of being a child and being there with your brothers and sisters, or just brothers or just sisters, but with loved ones. The smells are familiar, the sights are familiar. I know that excitement you have when you were kids and you're free and there's no troubles in the world. Well, that's how it is for you today. You haven't got any troubles. Everything's smooth. That's the way it is. Now, I just want you to keep walking along this sand. Now, as you're walking along, the tide's coming in very gently, and you can just hear it lapping onto the sand. And you look across, and you decide you're going to walk onto the sand that's a little bit more compact, where the waters run onto it. And that's the way you go. And you go off, and now you're walking on that slightly more solid sand. And you start to feel like a child again, in truth, just like a little boy or a little girl. And you start to dig the heel in when you walk, and then just roll it over so it's coming onto your toes. And there's that little bit of muddy sand just clinging between the toes. But it feels wonderful. Now, as you're walking along, you start looking at your footprints in the sand. And something very young and daft in your mind tells you to spin round and walk backwards slightly. So you're walking backwards and you're looking at where you've been, but you're going in the opposite direction. So just do that for a little while, walking in the sand. I don't think you're digging in with your heel, rolling that foot forward and onto your toes. So it's making quite weird footprints. Then turning around, walking backwards. I don't know if you intend to confuse people that you've been walking both ways, but you find it funny, and that's lovely. You're still feeling very, very light, very, very happy. Just a beautiful, beautiful day, and you're having fun, and you feel safe and you feel secure. Now, as you look down, you notice at your feet some of this wet sand on there, a little bit. You know the way it is, but it's comfortable. But you being you, you're going to go down into the sea. Only gently let the waves lap across your feet, and just wash that away. Now, that's what you're doing. You're walking along. And again, you're feeling very mischievous today, like a young child, as if you're a youngster again. And you go in that little bit deeper, sort of up to the ankles, and you start kicking your feet out, kicking the spray up into the air. Some of it blows back into your face, and I want you to feel that gentle sea breeze and that little few drops of seawater that just come back and run down in front of you and on your face. And you just carry that up, just carry on, then back onto the solid sand. You're having a great day, just walking on, listening to the seagulls. Now, you're looking up towards over the seawall back, but there's not a soul about. Not a soul about. The strange thing is, you can remember smells from years ago. Maybe candy floss or hot dogs or some chips, but they're all lovely, lovely memories. And you just breathe all that in, and your mind just rolls back and rolls back and rolls back. It's a lovely, lovely warm day. And I want you to feel the sun just gently on you, on your head, top of your head. You're not going to burn, it's not that sort of hot, but it's just wonderful. Now, as you're walking along, you notice that in front of you coming up, there's one of the wooden breakers, the wave breakers there, that goes from the far side of the beach right down into the water's edge. You don't feel like climbing over it, so you're going to walk round it, which means you're just going to go a little deeper into the water, but maybe just up to the knees. Just up to the knees. And round you go. Feel that water gets a little bit colder, but nothing to worry about. That little bit colder. You actually quite like it. So there you are, plodding on through this slightly deeper water. Again, kicking your feet up. You go on for a little while, then decide just to move on back to the solid sand again. And you notice, as you look down, obviously seashells are there. And I want you to bend down and pick up some of these seashells. Feel the texture in your hands. Then you find one and you put it to your ear so you can hear that hiss, that beautiful hiss, as we used to do, of the sea. You don't really need it because you're hearing the waves and the gulls and all the other beautiful noises that we associate with that. Just keep walking along, just enjoying it, just strolling. You don't feel fatigued at all. It seems as if you're floating. In fact, you look down and you wonder why your footprints aren't as heavy as they should be. They're very, very slight indentations. And it makes you smile because you just feel so light and so at ease. Breathing nicely. This really is a beautiful day for you. And it's so tranquil. No worries in the world. You're completely carefree. And as we go along, there's yet another wave breaker. And we decide this time we're going to climb over it, but at the very shortest point. Now, as you get up to it, there's that green sort of seaweedy slime that's on it. But it doesn't feel bad, but feel it under your hands. And it brings back memories of maybe rock pools when you were a kid and trying to catch crabs and things like that. And this same green algae that we get on your fingers and hands. You feel like a kid. This is what it's all about. You feel like a child again. And I want you to just hold on to it, put your one leg over, then the other leg, push off from that. Now you're back into the softer sand again. And this is the amazing thing. You seem to be skimming over it. Just skimming over it, like you're floating. But it's a lovely feeling. It doesn't put you into panic or anything like that. You don't really think about it. You just notice it. And you are just floating, just gently going across this sand. There are the slightest footprints, but they're nowhere as deep as they should be. Now, as you're walking along, this is one deserted beach, but in the distance, far off, you can see some people sitting by the sea wall. Doesn't bother you, but there's something there that makes you think, I've been here before. And even though you're several hundred yards away from this group of people, there's something about them that draws you to them and makes you feel, I know them. I know them very, very well. I'm not sure who they are, but I know them. And you get closer, and you get closer, and it's drifting. You're just drifting. It's a beautiful sensation. And you find that you're drifting more and more towards these people. It's almost automatic, as if you're not aware of doing it. It's just happening. So you're being guided. And you're getting quite close now to these people. So you're getting very close now. Some of these people are starting to stand. And you're beginning to recognise people now. People that you thought you'd never see again. Maybe they thought they'd never see you again. But now they're standing. They're all starting to rise. Dusting sand down from their dresses and trousers. And their arms are opening and they're just beckoning you forward into an embrace. And I'm going to take you right up and into that embrace. There's tears of joy running down their faces and smiles from ear to ear. It's the most wonderful, wonderful feeling. And you realise these are your loved ones. These are your loved ones. I'm taking you nearer, nearer, nearer to these loved ones. And I'm going to leave you in the embrace because this is your time, not mine. This is your time. And I'm going to leave you within that love and within that embrace. And I'm going to leave you there to enjoy this and catch up with people that you thought you may never see again. God bless you. I'll come back for you in a little while. Enjoy your day. Okay, so I'm going to start to bring you back. This is the time to say your goodbyes, and you'll see them again, sort of times, because you know you will. This is never goodbye. There's always I'll see you later. I hope this has been a wonderful experience for you. Now, you're having to pull away from grasps and cuddles and endearments, and you're still uttering them endearments as you leave. They may even decide to walk a little bit up the beach with you. Just slowly, holding hands. Their hands are slipping away, and you're just moving away, back the way you came. Stopping to look over your shoulder. They're still there, waving away to you, waving away. They look so happy and relaxed. They look young again, much younger than you remember them. And they're happy. They're very happy. And to have seen you is really the icing on the cake. So now we're going back onto the more compact sand, picking up some more seashells and memories, going back towards the wave breakers. You decide you're going to walk round that one, you're going to climb over anymore. You're feeling a little bit tired now, but not tired in the sense of heavy tired, just emotionally tired, because it has been some trip for you. And just walking out into the water, it's got that a little bit deeper now, so maybe just over the knees, but on such a hot day like this, and after all what you've seen and all what you've been through, it's a lovely, lovely feeling. It just cools the whole body down and you feel amazing. There's no regrets, because there's no goodbyes. It's just your day, and it continues to be your day. Your memories will be made of this, with lots and lots of memories to come. So head back now, head back onto the hard sand, just on the water's edge. The water's still just lapping over your feet, very, very gently. You feel wonderful still. You've still got the whole day in front of you. And we're going back and back, and round the second sea break, moving up into the soft sand, moving along the soft sand. You've noticed now that after the experience of meeting your loved ones, that your footprints are that little bit deeper. But it's not heavy again, you're fine. And you're not tired, there's no pain, you're not out of breath. It's just amazing for you. And now we're coming up to the steps. And I want you to mount those steps and start your way up those steps. Half a dozen steps, just keep going up. Now don't forget you're barefoot, and when you get to the top, I want you to just put one hand on the wall, raise one leg, and with your hand just dust the sand off. Then the same with the other foot. Then back out onto the pavement, back along, stopping opposite the guest house where this journey first started. Taking you back across the road, looking each way. That's you. Back into the guest house, back up the steps, in the door into the guest house. There's still not a soul about. And you just feel that you've got to go and have a lay down. So I want you to go back up to the bedroom, up the steps. You can feel the carpet under your feet this time, and the banister to the right. Keep feeling. You're feeling wonderful. And you've still got so much time on your hands, because this is still your day. And I just want you to go up, get to your bed, lay down, close your eyes, and just think about the experience you just had. And know that there is no death, there's no permanent goodbyes, there's just eternal love, eternal life, and joy to be had. And you have and you will see your loved ones again. I hope you've enjoyed this journey. God bless you. Stay safe and stay well. Now, if by chance this didn't work for you, please give it another go. Just keep going until it does work, and work it will. Thanks for listening. God bless you once again. Ronnie Buckingham.